Well, how y'all doing? It's Dan. I want to welcome everyone to my home in the sticks. Lord of mercy, wherever you are at in our world, I hope you are having a show enough good start to a new week. But over here in East Central Mississippi, I'm here to tell you it's a scorcher today. About 107 degrees with the humidity and no wind. Before we get started on today's video, I'm always going to say that if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. And if you returning just to see what old Dan's got going on over her, I sure enough thank you for coming back. But what I want to share with you and y'all today is Lord of mercy. I got a little product review that I want to share with you, and it came really at the right time. So give me a second. We finna go off in the back of this shop, and that's what we finna do. Dan, a product review, yes. A company by the name of Loftek sent me out one of their solar LED pendant lights. You and y'all know that I'm a huge fan of free electricity, free light. About a year ago, I did a video on a pendant light or LED light that was sent out to me by a company called Housewee, I believe it was. There's the panel still working up there. And yes, the light still works. We're gonna go off into the back of the shop on the back deck, and I'm gonna show you what I intend or what I'm gonna try to do with this Loftek pendant light, LED pendant light. So let's do that. All right, so we're back here on the back deck of my shop. This is where I like to do all of my pressure canning and things of that nature, but the one thing that hinders me to do such is the lack of light. I have just a few lights out here, those lights, but I have to plug them in and I have to pay to use these lights. So this is where the Loftek is going to come into play. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up, we're going to take a look at what's inside the box, and then we're going to proceed to get this thing installed. Okay, let's take a look and see what is inside the box. We have our pendant light, the cords, we have a remote control, some mounting accessories, user's manual or owner's manual, a bracket, and the actual panel itself. There's two things that I'm going to say right off the bat that I am really liking, and I just pulled it out the box. The first thing is this looks like a monocrystalline panel. The difference between a monocrystalline and a polycrystalline is the monocrystalline panel is a little bit more efficient with the energy that it takes in. So like that right off the bat. The second thing that I like is this right here. I really like this. This is a connector, and it's a screw-on connector actually. So if we want to disconnect the solar panel from the pendant light to do some work or move it, all you have to do is disconnect it, move the panel, move the light. So I really like that. Kudos to Loftek for that. And it fits in there only one way. It's got a little groove in there, and I'm really digging the waterproof connector. Really like that. Let's unscrew this thing because I'm curious to see if this light will actually come on without being hooked up to the solar panel. See, it's got an on and off switch up here. Look there. So what we're going to do is, just for shoots and giggles, because it's light outside, can't really show you, we're going to go inside the shop and I'm going to shut all the lights down and I'm going to turn this thing on, and just to show you how bright it is. The camera just doesn't do it justice. So let's do that. Okay, so we're in the shop. You can't see me because it's dark in here. Check this out. Look at there. That is nice. I like the LEDs on the bottom, and I really like the LEDs on the side. So that is its brightest setting, a dimming setting, another setting, and then off. Dan, do you get much light on the back deck over there at the shop? No, I do not. It's relatively shaded all the time, but I do get some sun about midday right here. So my thinking is I'm going to take that bracket, and I am going to get up on this ladder and I'm going to mount it on this purlin right here, and I'll have it to where it's tilted out catching the sun like that. So let me get all the stuff that we're going to use, and then we'll commence to mounting this bracket. We'll just see what happens. So the screws that Loftek sent with the light's going to be a no-go for my applications. So all I'm going to use is some wood screws, and I put some washers on there just so it doesn't pull through the bracket. So now let's try that. So this is how I have the bracket mounted on this purlin. It's not going anywhere. It's pretty sturdy, and then again that little panel doesn't weigh a whole bunch, so yeah, I think that's going to work out good. So let's go on and get the panel ready to put onto this bracket right here. And as the way that they have it set up is just pretty cool. So let's go check that out now. Okay, how this works is this panel has some holes on the casing, and they have some machine screws that actually go in from the inside of it. And all it is that's a little, I'm going to put these screws in there like that. Okay, so these machine screws are going to fit into place on that bracket, and they're going to be held in place by these wing nuts. Before I hang this panel, I want to show you this. I thought it was pretty cool. And what it is, it's kind of like a little door on the back end of this panel. You push down, and you push in and push down, and it exposes all of the connections. So if you need to make any adjustments or something breaks or you need to resolder anything, there it is right there. And it's got a nifty little door that snaps into place to cover it up. Okay, so this is how I have the solar panel mounted. You can see it's getting a fair bit of sun the way that I have it angled. And here's another look at the bracket and how it's set up. Since I was up here, I ran the wires. Yeah, let's go on and get the light rigged up and let's see what happens. Okay, the mounting bracket for this light, or should I say the way that this light is suspended, is pretty neat. I haven't seen one of these before, but here's a kind of like a carabiner down at the bottom that hooks onto the light right here. And this mounts up to a piece of wood or whatever you want to mount it to. And the line, I'm taking it, kind of goes through there, and it screws into place like that. And I'm kind of thinking, I'm not really sure if this is the way that it works, but you can adjust this right here. See, and obviously this is going to be just a tad bit too low. I need to get it up a little bit higher. Okay, we got this joker mounted on. Let's take a look at it. So actually, I mounted this piece to this purlin right here with a little bitty shallow screw. This end piece screws into there. This wire that's holding this carabiner goes through that little hole right there. And all I did was just pull it up to get the height the way that I want it. Let's see if we can get these wires plugged in. We got our connectors connected. I'm going to do something with all of this extra wire that I have run here. Well, I ain't fancy over here at the Home and Sticks, I'm here to tell you. So, yeah. Oh, another thing on this light, in order to use the remote, you have to turn it on up here first. All right, we are done. Did a little bit of trimming, cleaned up everything, put just a big old zip tie on this board right here. It's kind of centered the light now, so it's actually sitting kind of level now, but we'll see what happens. And just run the line through the rafters for the roof, and there is our solar panel up there. I hope you can see it. There it is right there, getting some sun. Now, what I'm hoping is, I know I turned the light on and off several times, and it's probably run out of juice, so hopefully after a couple of hours, this thing will charge up the light and it'll get to working, hopefully. Well, all right, that's what I wanted to share with you and y'all today. Lord of mercy, a little product review and somewhat of a demo of the Loftek solar LED pendant light. Got it on the back deck where I'm going to be doing my pressure canning and water bathing and all that stuff. Maybe it will provide me with just a little bit of light. yeah, I think it'll provide me with a bunch of light because it is LED lights. It's pretty bright too. Dan, what do you think about the light thus far? I like it. The only thing that is kind of not a gig or anything like that is the way that the light is suspended, the contraption that is used to hang the light. I'm really not digging on that too much. I think it could have been maybe designed a little bit better. Not a gig, it's just something, hey, Loftek, maybe something that you can do differently with the carabiner, and maybe something that you can suspend it and bring the light up and down, maybe, I don't know. And the second thing is I was reading through the owner's manual, and it said something about the light automatically comes on at dusk and off at daylight. Not a big fan of that. I'll probably just leave mine off and just turn it on and off when I need it. So not really a gig, but that's something that I don't particularly care for. But other than that, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give that joker a 10 out of 10 because it is a really well-designed light, and what Loftek included with the kit is kudos in my book. So again, I hope everybody's having a show enough good start to a new week, and I hope everybody stays safe amid this crisis that we still have going on. If y'all like this video, go and give it a thumbs up to help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Six channel, Lord mercy, y'all need to come on over and give old Dan a look, because I'm always doing stuff like reviews on another solar light. With that being said, you know it's coming, Dan Refresh Show enough. Always gon' say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody, you sure enough get your shine on, get your grow on. If you could, yeah, the means to get some solar lights for that free light, do so. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.